Aloha and welcome. Thank you very much for being here at the Special Olympics Hawaii General Orientation. We appreciate you taking the time to be here today. There are a variety of goals that we have to go through that we want to try and attain through this orientation. They include, we want to make sure that you understand the Special Olympics mission and history, that you know the differences between Special Olympics and other sports organizations, that you understand the emphasis that we place both on sports training and on competition, that you understand the concept of divisioning, advancement, and awards within Special Olympics, that you understand who is eligible for the Special Olympics Hawaii program, and that you know the opportunities for both volunteering and for giving to support the program. And lastly, that you know the basic structure and seasons of Special Olympics Hawaii and the various initiatives that we offer. The mission of Special Olympics Hawaii is the most critical aspect to our program and is common among all Special Olympics programs. The mission is to provide year-round sports training and athletic competition in a variety of Olympic-type sports for children and adults with intellectual disabilities, giving them continuing opportunities to develop physical fitness, demonstrate courage, experience joy, and participate in a sharing of gifts, skills, and friendships with their families, other Special Olympics athletes, and the community. The ultimate goal of Special Olympics is to help persons with intellectual disabilities participate as productive and respected members of society at large, by offering them a fair opportunity to develop and demonstrate their skills and talents through sports training and competition, and by increasing the public's awareness of their capabilities and needs. At all Special Olympics competitions, our athletes repeat the athlete oath.
Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
When we work with our coaches, we always define winning. We talk to them about what the importance and what the meaning of winning is. But in Special Olympics, winning doesn't always necessarily mean who comes in first place. Especially when we talk to our coaches, that what we always try and stress with them is that winning is athletes trying to do their best and achieving their personal bests. The history of Special Olympics traces back to the 1960s. At that time, Eunice Kennedy Shriver, sister of John F. Kennedy, started day camps in her backyard for individuals with intellectual disabilities. She believed that they had much greater abilities than they were given credit for at the time. Additionally, her brother, John F. Kennedy, believed the same thing and brought together many experts in the field of intellectual disability at the time to see what kind of programs and support was needed to support families and individuals with intellectual disabilities. Slowly, out of those day camps grew the Special Olympics program, and in 1968, the first International Special Olympics Games was held at Soldier Field in Chicago. Over 1,000 athletes from all the United States and Canada competed in that first ever competition. Fast forward to today, over 2.5 million Special Olympics athletes are now competing worldwide in over 160 different countries. And in 2007, the World Summer Games held in Shanghai, China, hosted over 150 countries and 7,500 athletes competed in over 20 different sports. Special Olympics has come a long way since the 1950s and 60s. Back then, if you were a family and you had a child that was born with intellectual disability, quite often you were encouraged to institutionalize that child. Well, things have changed dramatically since that time. Not only are Special Olympics athletes competing, but Special Olympics athletes hold jobs. Special Olympics athletes are acting as leaders within the Special Olympics Hawaii program as well. An important milestone in the history of Special Olympics is that we were formally recognized by the International Olympic Committee. In fact, in the 1990s, we were the first organization that was given permission to use the term Olympics in its title. In return, we pattern ourselves after the Olympic movement. We have similar opening ceremonies, similar closing ceremonies, and our award ceremonies are patterned after them as well. In fact, most of the sports that are found within Special Olympics are also participated at the international level in the Olympics. Next, I'm going to go over the structure of the Special Olympics Hawaii program. There's many different layers that serve the Special Olympics athlete. The first and most important layer, because they're providing the direct feedback and direct input to make sure that the athlete has a quality experience, is the Special Olympics coach. And we'll go much more in depth as far as the levels of coaching a little bit later on in the general orientation. The coach is supported directly by the head of delegation. Each coach serves a delegation, and the delegation serves a specific geographic area or a school or an adult program within each of the areas. The head of delegation serves as sort of a team mom or team dad, which recruits coaches, recruits athletes, makes sure that they've got a field to play on, and handles all the paperwork that comes directly in for all competitions. The head of delegations are supported by their area director. The area director is a part-time paid staff member that oversees a geographical area of the state. And the state is divided up very similarly to the school districts. So for example, here on Oahu, we have 3 different areas. We've got the Leeward area, the Windward area, and Central Honolulu combined. The neighbor islands, we have Maui, which oversees both Molokai and Lanai. We have Kauai, and then we have the Big Island, which is split into 2, the East Hawaii area and the West Hawaii area. All of our area directors are supported by our state program staff, which is located in Honolulu. The state program staff consists of sports department members as well as fundraising staff, and we're headed up by our president and CEO. The state program staff is overseen by our board of directors. Board of directors are made up of prominent businessmen and businesswomen here in the state of Hawaii, as well as very sports-minded experts as well. And they're supported by our North American office. Our North American office is part of Special Olympics and oversees Canada, all the US programs, the Caribbean, and Mexico, and they're part of Special Olympics Incorporated. The Special Olympics Incorporated office is located in Washington, D.C., and includes an overall arm which oversees programs worldwide, including over approximately 170 different programs now. Athletes are at the center of the Special Olympics movement. Our athletes consist of both children and adults who all have intellectual disabilities, although some of our athletes also have physical disabilities. Here in Hawaii, we serve over 2,000 individuals with intellectual disabilities, but estimates range for anywhere from 15,000 to 30,000 eligible participants for our program, so there's still a lot of work for us to get done. Worldwide, it's estimated that anywhere between 1% to 3% of all individuals have intellectual disabilities. And again, there are about 2.5 million athletes worldwide who participate in the Special Olympics program, but there are still many, many, many more millions out there that could benefit from the Special Olympics program. To be eligible for the Special Olympics program, an individual must be at least 8 years old to start competing, but they can start training as early as the age of 6. An athlete must have an intellectual disability as identified by an agency or professional through one of the following conditions: mental retardation, cognitive delays as measured by formal assessment, or significant learning or vocational problems due to cognitive delay that require or has required specially designed instruction. A little bit later on, I'm going to talk about some opportunities for even younger athletes than 8 or 6 to start participating in the Special Olympics program. There is no upper age limit to Special Olympics athletes, and in fact, we've got athletes that are competing into their 70s and 80s.